like this low C here, till this C, this is gonna sound really hollow. It doesn't have life in it, you know, it's empty. It's gonna sound like just a empty sine wave, you know, like, ooh. And anything else that you write, it's gonna eat that. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Harmonic TV. And today we're gonna do another episode of Composer Review. Today's piece is called Insurgents by Chester Heath Cook. So let's go. Super nice. I really love it. And all the melodies and stuff. And I also will talk about it a little bit later. Some of the motives are super nice, but well done. And I just saw some notation and maybe some composition-y stuff. But mostly it's engraving. The composition stuff is really just about your taste, you know, so it's not really absolute, but you can always implement them if you wish. So let's go. Alrighty, so it's a big, beautiful score, and I really try to make it fit in a way in the screen. So my apologies if it's a bit too small. but I try to zoom every now and then to see how it goes. Okay, so let's just start with the usual things that I say. For example, if you have orchestral score, always write the score in C, and also down here write score in C. So here always score in C, so the conductor would know immediately this is a score in C, so he doesn't have to transpose stuff in his or her head. Let's see. My apologies. Oh yeah, so I also put a mark for you here. Make sure to definitely put rehearsal marks if you want to have this piece performed, because it's absolutely necessary. And perhaps some measures, you know, you can make these a bit bigger, a tiny bit maybe, you know, a little bit, just for the eye of the conductor, because it's a big score and it will be probably printed on A3 paper. I mean, I would print it on A3 paper because it's too big to see it on a glance. And let's go a bit more. And I like your presto here. You can also be a bit more free here and use your creativity to write a text here, also maybe in a bracket or something. Something that would express this piece a bit more, you know, because maybe presto is like fast, quick, but you can a bit more even in Italian or in English or whatever you like. So you can be a bit more specific here, and the musicians will love it, believe me, because you get closer, you know, they get closer to what you really want in the score. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so I wrote here that there should be expressions to it, because I didn't see any expressions in your piece. And don't think of it as a extra thing that you have to write later. No, already write it, because it also helps you when you are composing. It's the same as with dynamics. I always say, put dynamics when you're composing. Dynamics are part of the piece. Don't think because you just know it, you shouldn't put it and put it later. So always write it. I mean, this is not for Chester, but it's most for other guys, because Chester already put a lot of dynamics here. So, and it's amazing. So yeah, the expressions here, write definitely for each part an expression, so the musicians would have a more clear view of what you exactly want to do. Okay. Now let's go a bit down here. I marked some stuff. The red stuff, I will go to it later. Now it's just the engraving stuff. Okay, yeah. Another thing is that I used to put also the, you know, the niente, you know, the little circle thing. I'm gonna zoom in, and you see exactly why I'm zooming in now. It's really small, you know. For a big score like this, perhaps an N would be better, but this is up to you. I would put an N because this is too small, and for the conductor it might not be too clear. And in a rehearsal that maybe you have 2 or even 1 rehearsal until the, you know, the actual performance, like in a professional settings, every second counts. And it would be nice, for example, imagine if this was an N here, niente. Look how much you can see it better. I mean, it's red now, but already you see you see what I mean, right? Okay, and let's go a bit down. Yeah, so for example here, definitely always write your dynamics, so where the dynamics go, okay? Always. Otherwise they will do whatever they want here as well. Yeah, here also what I missed was a bit of a tempo information and the feeling information, you know, the expression here. So even if the tempo is the same, it's fine, but just write it as write a new feeling or something, because completely the feeling changes here, you know? It's more fluid here, but then it's like cha, 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 okay? So a feeling would be nice here, like an expression or something, okay? Yeah, okay. So now let's talk about some composition-y stuff. And again, these are really just taste things. But what I want you to try to do is to come out of creating boxes, okay? So you now have boxes of information here. Look, this is one box, and then you have the box here. you know? And then again, so the whole piece, even your sections are boxed, you know? I mean, not this one, this is actually nice. But you get what I mean, like they're like really like Lego pieces. But sometimes it would be nice to have, instead of Lego pieces that they match, for example, like this, that you have something like this, you know? So it fit together like this gradually, you know, like maybe like a crossfade, you know, like how DJs do it. So I'll give you a tiny example. Imagine, not here, you know, but perhaps later, you can try it, that this guy will have the notes of this, okay? So imagine this one goes here, but then with a decrescendo to like pianissimo. So then you have this one going down and this one coming out of it, you know, and it would make your piece a bit more blending together, and people will have more stuff to play, and sometimes, of course, it's nice to have like a question and answer like we have here, but on the contrast, it would be also nice to have them blend together, okay? And this is one of the most important thing that I saw that that I wanted to tell you, is that try to explore a little bit in, maybe not in this piece or also in this piece or in your other composition, and also for fellow composers, if you guys are watching, it would be nice to try to blend things together as a crossfade, okay, because it's more natural also. Yeah, now let's go down a bit. This is a bit practical thing, but perhaps pianissimo, like a triple piano here, because they're percussion, it's good, it works here, but I also saw, where is it? Like here. This is not going to really sound, if you want this to sound, this is not going to sound at all compared to the sounds that you already have before, compared to these guys, you know, and compared to this. So I would suggest maybe even a piano to mezzo forte, or to like the mezzo piano. You can already make it mezzo forte down there. So because this is the texture is really loud here, and if it's in the real hall and this is a double forte, these guys are going to resonate a bit, you know, a bit longer, and this is completely going to be invisible here, you know, and then you're just going to hear a tiny bit of a thing, and then it comes out. So it's different, quite different sounding than a MIDI. So I would suggest to consider bringing this a little bit up, okay? Both of them. Like every time you have this, you see these? And like this timpani is gonna eat these ones. Like this is not gonna be really audible here because it's also here. But if that's your point, that's fine, and it's amazing. Oh, by the way, if you open your browser and write this address here, which is my the website of my YouTube channel, homayun.tv, you get to this place called the Music Mine, which I actually made for you guys, and also I go to it too. And it's a library of all the cool YouTube compositions. And for example, if I click on bassoon here, it's gonna bring all the bassoon pieces that is written here. And the fun thing is that you can also add something. So just write in the comments whatever you like to be added here, and I will add it here. And this can be a group thing, and you guys can help me out if you want. And yeah, we can make a little library here, so if you ever want to compose something, you can just come here and look for pieces that inspire you. So let's continue. Oh yeah, so something cool I want to tell you here. This texture here, you have the bassoon here, the fagotto, and you have a flute here. So guys, always remember this range of the flute, like this low C here, you know, if it's a C flute, like the lowest playable note is a C, till this C, this is gonna sound really hollow. It doesn't have life in it, you know, it's empty. It's gonna sound like just a empty sine wave, you know, like, and anything else that you write, it's gonna eat that. you're not going to hear it at all, you know. It's just going to be, just the flutist is going to just be playing there, you know. So if you want this, write it in another instrument. And for example, you want this, if you want it to be articulated, you know, takatimita, it would be nice to also actually write it in a trumpet, because trumpets can do it really good, you know, tika tika ta, tika tika ta, and it will have a really articulation there, and it will be really audible. Or a combination, for example, of a like the flute can be an octave higher, both flutes octave higher, and it would sound even way better. So consider doing this, and if you're using flutter tongue here, make sure that you really mean that, because the conductor might ask you, for example, why do you have this here and why do you have this here? Because they have different color, and the sound of this might be eaten anyway from this. You know, do you want it to be a vague sound, you know, something that's not really clear, then go with the flutter tongue with the other one. But if you really want to be like taka tika tika, if you want this, definitely write it down, not flutter tongue, because flutter tongue is going to be like brrr, beep, boop, beep, like this. And I like, oh yeah, I also write that, really like that you wrote cantabile, but perhaps you can write it down here, because it should be down, the expressions. Let's go down a bit. Yeah, here I would suggest, because you put your a tempo here, and this is where the, you know, the decrescendo, no, sorry, the ritenuto thing, not the actual ritenuto, or actually I think actually it is actual ritenuto. Yeah, it is a ritenuto. So here I would suggest that you make this into a 5/4 bar, because this is already a 4/4. Okay, make it into a 5/4, so then you beautifully will have this section here. You have your double bar here, and make sure to put double bar. If the section changes, tempo changes, feeling changes, always double bar, because it's good for the eye, and it's like a just a way to do it. And so if you put the double bar here, 5/4, a tempo, amazing, it will be just right here, and it will be like really fixed on the spot, because now the conductor has to be like 1, 2, 3, you know. Otherwise, it would be like 1, 2, and then they go with the with this section. Here I saw a 2/2. I don't know if it's really a 2/2. To me, it can also be a 2/2, because it's like da 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 1 and 2, and but also it can be tika 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 tika. You know, just 1, 2, 3, 4, because you have this in a 4/4 state as well. So I don't know if this should be a 2/2 or 4/4. I guess you can also maybe write a 4/4 in a parenthesis here. So 2/2 and 4/4 at the same time. Then the conductor will choose whatever it wants. But I mean, they choose whatever they want anyway. So doesn't really matter. Some notation things. I know you're writing a tonal piece and you're modulating and everything, and it's beautiful. But maybe consider that sometimes you have stuff like this. Actually, instead of F double sharp, you can put a G here, you know, just a G natural. Because you have F sharp, goes up to G natural, and then goes to G sharp. So you don't have a F double sharp. Maybe, like, definitely in a tonal sense, it makes sense to use a sharp. But just for your musicians, I guess it's a bit easier, you know, to say, oh, okay, this is F sharp, G. I mean, definitely, it's in string instruments, it definitely helps. This I'm not 100% sure, but I would write it with just a normal G. Yeah, this is also a nice one that I told you in the beginning, that try to blend these. For example, this one can be the oboe, can be blend into the clarinet, you know, halfway, and then here it goes to niente, and then this one goes out or something. So try to see if you can find a nice thing. And I really love these guys, and don't think that just because this motive is written here in general in your piece, that it shouldn't be in other places. For example, this can also be, the trumpet can also be accompanied with piccolo. You know, it can also be a high piccolo that's doing it, because it's going to sound really cool and like really not percussive, but really like a cut sound, you know, and so the combination is really nice. Also, even in the strings, you know, even you can combine stuff. You can combine this here, you can put this down here. So just think about it. It can be fun to, because you have two times the diggy 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 diggy, you know, this motive. Maybe the second time you can make it a bit more, you know, in together, like a dragon, you know, in the clouds. I always see it like this. Oh yeah, this is the part I really love. Did you have this, the bars here, the 7/4? It's amazing. I really love it. And this is what I say when I say like, yeah, it was a box shape. This is where you come out of the box, you know, like a completely different thing. Even though it's like a really separate part than here, and it goes like immediately. It's amazing. You know, I really love this. It's also super catchy melody. Let's see. Okay, and the last thing I wanted to tell you is that if we go down here, let's see, here. You see you have a pedal here, and I'm not sure if they have enough time to switch this pedal, because they need to have time to really push something down, and this might not be doable, you know, the D sharp to E sharp in your first timpani. So maybe if you're having this piece performed, ask your percussionist if it's enough. It might not be enough here. So just check it out, you know, and then you'll be sure. But I don't think this is enough time to, because usually they need a few seconds also to make it really in tune and good to go. But yeah, and other than that, a super great piece, and thank you for sending it to me. It's been a pleasure working on it, and yeah. And for the rest of you guys, I really hope that you like this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also ring the notification bell so you get the new videos. See you later. Homayun out.